Hi guys. Morning. 안녕하세요. How much red today? Sorry. Hi guys. Happy Monday. Happy Sunday. Actually, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my voice is kind of scuffed. A little bit bad. Good morning. 나 벌써 졸려. Good day. Hi guys. Good morning. Hello. I will be going to it's actually not my desktop. It's hi Leia, thank you for the tier 1 sub.
Good morning.
Morning. Is it better? I just turned off the background sound. I shouldn't have turned it off. So good. Let's do today's schedule. 제가 근데 I have to double check on something. I ended up cleaning my house today. Okay. Dubai chocolate? Where? What about Dubai chocolate? What am I supposed to explain about? Hello, Stray! Thank you for the tier. Why are you going down? Where? What's going on? 뭔데? What do you guys want me to tell you about Dubai chocolate? 아니, I find it funny you guys want me to talk about like issues. I mean, like, I knew that it's been like a popular trend in Korea, but I don't know why. 근데 so I got like 2024 popular trend stuff. So I was gonna try and taste them and rate them, but I don't know, man. Everything's so trendy. Everything has to go by bait. I have to be very trendy. Ugh. Is Dubai chocolate only sold in Dubai? Really? So today's stream, we will be first figuring out what to do this week. I have kind of like a fun event that I will have to go, but I forgot what I can say. 잠깐만. So on Thursday, anyone in Korea who wants to come to like an event? Yeah, I don't think people, cause I am going to this event and it'll be on Thursday, but it's at like 4 p.m. So I will be streaming it, but I'm going to be streaming it not only on Twitch but also on Chijijik, so I might have to do some Chijijik streaming this week. I should have actually started Chijijik stream. Oops. So yeah, there will be kind of like a PC cafe event coming up. So let me know if you guys are interested in hanging out with Koreans. I'll let you guys know more in depth what it is. I don't think I can talk more about it, but yeah. I'll be I'm appearing to public, but it'll be kind of like mostly in Korean, so I'll be streaming on both Chijik and maybe YouTube, and Twitch on my platform, which is great because I guess it was very important to have the server then. So that's gonna come up this week, Thursday. So I think on Thursday we'll do like an IRL stream and then go over there too. Maybe I'll be in that area to do some IRL before. So let's figure out this week's schedule. And I know someone posted. Hello, Tenfold. Thank you for the boss. Tier 1 sub. Hello. Hello, boss. Hi, everyone. It's nice to see you guys again. I had really a fun week, but before I talk about anything, yeah, I don't have that much Korea viewers, so I'm not surprised, but it's okay. And they picked it at a really bad time because it's like 4 p.m. So even if I have some, they're like all working at company, right? Maybe I'll invite Mia. Maybe be like, Mia, can you come? So for this week, then I plan on. Let me just. Okay. So for this week, what should we do? 여기다. So today, first of all, for today, I started late today because I woke up early. I woke up at 7 this morning, but I ended up doing house chores, and I didn't figure out that it was already 9:20. So I was like, I have to put on makeup and stuff. So sorry I'm late. I also had to call my mom. But I think today I'll finish up my house chores because it's kind of like almost end of summer. So I want to like do a whole house cleaning. And I have like laundry. So maybe after streaming a bit, because today, actually starting last week, my throat wasn't feeling good. As in, I kept coughing, and you know how I had to end stream because my throat really hurt? And it's been kind of getting worse in that sense. So today I think we'll try to do more of like prepping and house cleaning. So we'll be doing a house chore stream. Sorry guys, I hope you guys are interested in house chores. And then Tuesday I'll do my normal Sorry. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I've been sleeping a lot, but I'm still tired for some reason. So Tuesday, I plan on doing normal PC streams. Ah, really? You're so nice to say that, because it's actually, it can be boring. You guys are so nice, saying positive things. But Tuesday I plan on doing the PC stream, like K-pop and then travel stuff and etc. I think maybe I kind of want to pick a day to do individual like stream, but I'll still let you guys know because it's nice to kind of like do everything that I need to do, and not kind of be chained down to a certain schedule because that kind of causes issue. But at the same time, like some chat doesn't know what I'm doing every single day. So that's, I think that's also another big issue. Wednesday I'll do the same. Thursday I'll go IRL. Luckily I don't have anything, and Thursday will be a very long stream because I'll do IRL plus and PC bag cafe PC cafe. House chore streams are definitely fun. I mean, it's fun for me because it's fun and useful for me because I know my room is getting clean, but I feel like it'll be kind of boring for you guys. Hopefully this Friday I'll do some game stream. I had this game that I really wanted to play, but I forgot. So I think this is kind of gonna be this week. Actually, Wednesday, I'm meeting Sora. I think there's a story for me to get updated for Sora's life story. So, I don't know if we are going to stream or not. And I guess, if we do stream, 뭐 하지? What should we do? Where should we go? 미치겠다. 진짜. I won't be surprised. Like, one part of me just wants me to do like a podcast with Sora. I also have the same feeling. It's about guys. 정수. 진짜 I wanna go somewhere else though. What's the weather like on Wednesday? Hey, you guys, shut up. Stop revealing everything. 진짜 안 돼. 어딜 가지? So it seems like Wednesday evening it might rain, but is there maybe other thing we can do? 뭐야, 왜 이래? Should we run around this? Should we do a running stream? If we wake up, gym stream? The thing is, she can't come to my gym and I don't know where her gym is. Again? 진짜 왜 이러냐? 그러네. My Wednesday got one messed up. Thank you. where should we go? 다 어디 가야 되나? 그럴까? Run with my cookies? 진짜 그러고 싶다. How about we do running stream and go to cafe and talk about guys? 아니, why don't we just make it kind of like an official content of talking about guys? 어때? Just kind of like, oh, and discuss about guys. 어딜 가지? 어디 가야 하오? Wednesday? 아. Hey, my content is good. Talking about guys is fun, right? 어디를 가야 하오? Where shall we go? 우와, 이런데 너무 예쁘다. What the hell is this? 우와. 아, 장소요? 그러실래요? 우리 그냥 아무 데나? Cat litter box? It's kind of like, you know how I was talking about the red clay? They made it into like a ball, like a bowl, like ball, and you just step inside. 요런 데 가볼까? And then there's like delicious area here. Oh, maybe we can go to kind of like 이런 거 이거. Let's ask bro. 요런데 재밌지 않을까? Or should we do kind of like what MZ recent trend people do? MZ들? hike up 남한산성? Should we ask? Yeah, I'm a faint. 안 그래도 거기는 제가 혼자 가고 싶긴 했었어. 예전에 가고 싶긴 했는데 요즘은 좀 더워가지고 좀 It was really hot lately, so 거기는 근데 yeah, I tried fishing. 여기 한번 가자고 해보자. Let's try going here. 용산 어린이공원이 어딨어? 어린이 정원인가 보다. This is also a nice fun area? Wait, 이러면 밤에 가야 되잖아. I should go here at nighttime. Do you guys kind of hear my voice a little different? It's kind of nasally. Fishing? It was fun. But I think for stream it'll be boring. All I do is fish. 그런 거 아니야? 재밌겠다. Or I wonder if we can go to like 경마공원 여기? Or 여기 서울대공원? 서울대공원 갈까? 나 여기 안 가보긴 했는데. Wait, I wanna see how to get here from my house. Is there like a bus I can take? is there no like bus to go up to 서울대공원? 아, really? 잠깐만, 나 지금 당황했는데. 아, or okay, or 이런 데가 볼까? 아, we went here though. That's why I thought you were kind of be like, did you even see the forecast? I thought that's what you said. Like, oh, my eyesight's bad. So I was like, oh, hey, no. I have forecast up here. 아, 그러네. Wednesday I'm raining. Wednesday I'm raining. Wednesday it's raining. Wednesday, Thursday is raining. Raining, rain. Okay, there's rain. We should do something inside, indoors. Indoor is museum. Museum is 아, 그럼 이런 데 갈까? Should we go here? I never took you guys here. Or last time indoor. Indoor. Hey, but actually, just we should meet and talk about guys. I think that is the best content. Ah, shoot, really? Huh. Indoor. 그러네. I got the rain too. Rain. 엄청 예쁜 뮤지엄 가고 싶다. I wanna go to a pretty museum that allows streaming. I think it's allowed. You're allowed to stream here. Because I filmed everything there. Or 우와! They got a new route for 관악산역이 새로 생겼네. What? There is Seoul Adventure Town. 대박. 인도어. 요런 데 뭐 없나? or 박물관? Ooh, what is this? Design Korea Museum. Can we go inside? Whoa, it's like designer. Yeah, but we're trying to find somewhere where it's okay not to rain. 풀집 공예 박물관 이런 거 뭐야? 어머. 오. 우와, 이런 거 좋겠다. Or I wonder if we should do some DIYs. 아니면, or where is like a quiet. 여기도 인도어이 없는데. 이런 거 가볼까? What if we go to 어린이 박물관? It's kids museum. Whoa, it's so pretty. Sometimes they don't allow adults to go to kids museum. 이런 데 가볼까? 민속 박물관. 우와. 여기 가보자. Or 우와, there is Olympic 기념관도 있네. Did the Paralympics start or no? 여기도 괜찮겠다. Actually, I wanna kind of go here, this area too. It looks kind of fun. Okay. I mean, I sent a couple of them. She'll respond, I think. So anyways, today, do you guys sense a little bit difference in my voice? Cause right now my throat is kind of in pain, and I actually took meds this weekend. Cause I had kind of like a temperature. So I don't know if you guys kind of hear my nasal voice and anything. Maybe I should do like a COVID check. Cause recently in Korea, COVID's been kind of popular, and my nose been very stuffy, right? So I'll do a checkup, but I'll try not to do a lot of talking today, so don't get me angry. But hopefully it'll get better. Yeah, I didn't do any talking this week and weekend, but I don't know why it's so like stuffy. And actually, like the end of my 뭐냐 여기 this part hurts, along with like my nose. Like the tip of my nose is kind of painful for some reason. That sounds kind of weird. Like it's like, well, how can you feel it? But something feels very weird. And the other day I was kind of getting lightheaded, so maybe we'll do less on PC this morning, and do a bit of house cleaning with like K-pop being played. But anyways, I saw you wanted me to talk about this. Yeah, I think my body's fighting something. And I didn't read it. 왜? Just kidding. Why do you want me to go? Just kidding. So I guess we'll talk about this because I don't have anything content for today, anyways. As I mean, minus the normal stuff that we usually do, but we'll talk about this. So for people. And I think it's kind of funny that you guys like to give me these type of things and want to know like my reaction on it. Because 아니야, I can. I don't actually remember the talk that I did, but it's nice that you guys are interested. You guys enjoy my chit chat. Mark, you came at the worst time. We're gonna talk about Korean extreme feminist. So, I hope it doesn't get too personal. And funny story, this is kind of nothing to do with this topic, but what's funny is that I get a lot of anger on comments too. Oh, the marriage story time? Oh shoot. Because this was funny. I got a comment on my K-pop channel, and there was this I think she seems, I don't know if she's kind of like trolling, but she goes, hate to break it to you, but this isn't traditional Korean. It's actually tons of traditional Chinese elements. You can look it up. It's all over on I've Heya, and that was also like kind of controversial. So I've been really enjoying people talk about controversial matters to me. But I'm not gonna fight it. Like, if that's what they want to believe in, like, you know, why go through the trouble? But anyways, so we're gonna read about the Korean extreme feminist 이 뭐냐, 얘 뭐야, X post, and yeah. I think it's pretty fun. I think there's very fun things out there. Life is very fun, guys. But let me use my points for my thing first. Okay, so I guess it started from Phoebe Knight, who's also a very famous bard player. I actually, oh my god, really? So then he posted on Twitter saying, this is because in Korea there is a huge controversy regarding the hand sign. So as you guys know, let me zoom in the hand sign. It's this thing, you know. And it kind of is implying that a guy's dick is 3 centimeters long. It's saying you guys have small dicks. It's like as if girls would be kind of pissed off if like guys did kind of like this thing saying that your boobs are like A cup or triple A cup. Right, so this was kind of like a huge issue, and it's still an issue to this day. Even if you do any type of those hand signs, that's not appropriate. So, like for example, this hand sign, if I'm describing something very tiny, and I'm like, oh my god, like I saw this bug like this small, it's okay. But if all of a sudden, like naturally, now don't clip this, but all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's so tiring, then it's controversial, right? Don't clip it out of context. So I guess they changed the skin for a Kali's emoji. And so extreme feminists use it to hate on men and is basically a hate symbol now. There were prior controversies with artists sneaking it into games and huge media, huge drama starting, then companies apologizing, etc. A great example of this hand gesture occurred at my favorite game, Lost Ark. Actually, there was a hand gesture in Lost Ark, and the CEO, my favorite CEO, his name is, well, he now is retired director from Lost Ark, but he is Gold River, and he said, if it doesn't mean anything, then it doesn't mean anything, which means we can change it. Kind of was what he was saying. So he's saying, even if we didn't mean it, if it affects you, if it affects anyone, if anyone feels very uncomfortable with this, then we're gonna change it. That was kind of his defense, and that's why Lost Ark obviously is the best game in the world, except I can't play it. So yeah, I guess for Americans, it's like, I didn't know. I know there's kind of like a meme with the Germans where if you do like a halt sign with your right hand is kind of like a bad bad thing. 뭐 이거 있지 않나? So I saw Instagram post where the title was Germans cannot do arm exercise with their right hand. And 이거 있잖아. 이거 이렇게 두 개 이렇게 they have arm this type of exercise. Germans can't do this way. They have to do together, right? Or you know, like they're like, oh shoot, we can't. You know, it's kind of similar. Well, that's kind of more like has deeper meaning, but this is also the same, almost equivalent of it because, like it's not like a good thing, right? So and I guess there was actually some coach saying actually had no idea it was this deep, thought they just turned back on it because they thought it was inappropriate. So I guess he described it. So now oh, and then so I guess this person was like, do not speak on behalf of Korean women, and then posted this. Which is this. So she is apparently a South Korean feminist, and her native language is not English, and that she's not good at it. She also has some type of disability. So she's a Korean extreme feminist. About 70% of what you said is wrong. The extreme feminist site Megalia disappeared in 2017. Since then, many Korean feminists have forgotten about the symbol until something happened 2021. Actually, I don't know that. I don't know it in depth. So. Oh, really? So there's a complicated history here. It starts here. 2020 when feminists broke the story of massive rape and sexual exploitation ring telegram group in South Korea involving 260,000 people. Women demanded the identity of its member be made public. South Korea. Holy cow! She wrote this much? So then, South Korean men were furious that they were under suspicion. Due to the large number of participants, it was found that even before the N number scandal becoming publicized, men were talking about it for fun on sites like DC. DC Inside. This is DCGet. It's kind of like Reddit. One of the most popular male dominant sites. Okay. I'm gonna talk about each section more in depth to you guys because I'll tell you guys about my kind of like what I do too. So many women felt insecure and men felt it was an insult to them. Korean men think that if a woman is anxious about being raped, she's insulting them. So Korean men created the slogan, if I'm a rapist, you're a prostitute. Oh, really? I don't know about this. And mocked women and n-number victims. But this campaign by men was useless as it only made women even more angry. Above all, since anti-feminists are the norm in Korea, they were wary that feminists were gain positive reputation for their work investing the n-number room. Korean feminists contributed greatly to catching the n-number perpetrators. Okay, I think this is kind of like a translation. She ran ChatGPT, so so then the Korean anti-feminist men decided to get revenge by framing women and feminists as criminals. They wanted to destroy the feminist reputation. Oh. And this is all 2020, right? So men are claiming that the nude photos of men leaked from dating apps are the work of women. They called this incident the feminist version of Nth Room, but because the victim was a man, the police quickly investigated the case and called the... Oh, really? Oh. Yeah, this needs a lot of fact checks. 진짜 very, very, very lots of fact checks. So when this incident became known, Korean anti-feminists became very angry again because a man could not frame a woman for a crime. Oh. So the men changed their strategy. The men decided to exploit the fact that the symbol of a defunct feminist organization was all too common. So in 2021, man demanded the designer's dismissal, denouncing the feminist symbol of a finger on the poster at a convenience store GS. So the anti-feminist men in South Korea did not even try to hide this discussion. They discussed this strategy on public sites. Even feminists in South Korea know this, but no one believes them. At that time, Megalia had disappeared, so feminists who joined it, like me, didn't really use that symbol at the time because Megalia was destroyed by internal conflict. It is not a good memory for the feminists from there. Oh, really? However, GS convenience store accepted all the demands of a anti-feminist men and made an official apology. Since then, this kind of crazy thing has continued in many industries. And one of the most representative examples is gaming. So then, South Korean men demanded an apology and the firing of a woman from any companies that use this or similar expression. So even women who weren't feminists were fired. Now, even if a woman does do the thing, men will demand her to be fired simply because she is a feminist. Ooh, and Korean companies accepted the men's demand and fired the woman, they pointed out. Even if she's not a real feminist, she'll get fired if men pointed that out. And Korean and foreigners like you who don't know much about Korean feminists have come to believe that this is all done by feminists. The reputation of Korean feminists was destroyed because of the finger that feminists did not draw, and innocent women lost their jobs. It may be difficult to understand this with your country's common sense, but it's all true. In short, everyone is being fooled and incited by lies made up by anti-feminist incels in South Korea with a little bit of truth mixed in. So this is how anti-feminist men in South Korea are using feminist witch hunts to get women fired from their jobs. 뭐야? Oh, really? They hired an illustrator who the fans claim to allege tied to radical feminist group in South Korea. No, I didn't even know about this. 아, 이런 게 있었구나. 뭐 어디 갔어? I will show you the proof of my words. This is an English article that informs you that the Nth Room case was made in a Netflix documentary later 2019 and 2020. Incident where men felt like they were being labeled as criminals because of the Nth Room and called Koreans prostitutes. Oh, I didn't know about this. Beside this actor, many other men also participated. The black photo was their campaign. 그다음에 pretending to be women for 10 years. The second Nth Room. Oh, and then there's an incident in the feminist group that says this incident is not a female version of Nth Group. 뭔가 something is not all together. Oh, and then now they're saying this finger does not look like that finger. If you zoom into that picture, you'll see why 90% of Korean men say it's a lie. Those guys insist that this is a finger. They just grab anything and they give it the magnolia finger. And then Korean men can find that finger in every picture. 진짜 근데 they can find it in every picture. Do you see this? 여기는 여기 있구나. 이렇게. And then these men don't even make the slightest effort to lie, yet every Korean except feminists believes them. Now even foreigners believe the lies of Korean men. I feel like I'm going crazy. Oh shit. She wrote such a long thing. And then, kinda, let's start with... Yeah, there's a couple of things. 그러니까, I think the problem with Korea is that there's too many information out there. So many I guess this is kind of like a thing with US. Something that I realized with the internet being developed is that I can basically create a lie. I can tell you guys, I actually have a G cup. I want you guys to spread it and upload it on Twitter. And one moment, I will have a G cup. It's kind of scary of the power of words. Like this is kind of like you know, like this is kind of like a bad way of marketing, but it's word of mouth, right? I say that and you guys will be like, ah, Jinri has G cup. Oh guys, did you hear Jinri has G cup? You know, like well, it's so big. So I get news from news site, and then news site gets news from communities like other sites. So something I wanted to kind of go against with what she's saying is the illustration part. I've been a huge gamer, as you guys know. Lost Ark, been gaming there, and actually while I was playing Lost Ark, the case of Maple Story, so basically this hand gesture, this kind of broke out, and I know a lot of you guys would be like, so what? Like this kind of, some of them kind of feels very too much, right? But here's the thing. The reason why it became kind of like a huge issue and people are being very specific on finding these issues is actually started with these extreme feminists. Now here's the thing. This came out from the shallow because one of the extreme feminists on Twitter or X uploaded, because she works as an illustrator too, saying that, oh my god, like I've hid these symbols to represent feminism. And then she used kind of like these phrases like 스리슬쩍, 은근슬쩍, like secretly and like shallow, like you know, like, and I bet you guys can't find it. She actually said something like that. So then a lot of people started going through all different animation in the game, such as Maple Story, and started looking for these hand gestures and figured out that it was very unnatural for this girl. So what a lot of people did was, if you just stand, how's your hand gesture? Of course, it's like a lot of the times if you just stand, it becomes something like this, right? But then there are some movements that just feels really, really unnatural. Like, for instance, if you look at this hand gesture, I don't know if I can show it to you guys more in depth. Come on. This is actually a very good example. Or this one. Now, when a girl is surprised, you expect the girl's hand gesture to maybe be like, oh, you know, but not like, what is this? The other one's this, right? If you see it, it's literally this. It's very hard to do. I want you guys to kind of try it with me right now. Just stand up and act surprised. Now put your hand like this. Where would your other hand go? Normally here. If you're going to the back, you'd be like this, but no one goes like this, right? So if something feels very unnatural and has that type of like symbol, then you can know that they intended to do it. Oops. So, what she's claiming, saying that this is like more than half of these don't look like that finger, she's trying to protect it. So there's two sides of the extreme feminists when it comes to these hand gesture. Is they're saying that it doesn't look like it, is what she's claiming, right? The other one is that, like, I think people are being a little bit too serious on it. So I can see a point. It does, for maybe foreigners, seem like, oh my god, like, you guys are being a little too much on it. Like, it's just a hand gesture. But if that hand gesture is from, like, KKK, would you be very, like, unaware of that? Or would you also be kind of like, so what? It's just a hand gesture, right? So that's kind of what we view the extreme feminists, because we've seen evidence of how they are very dangerous to society. I know she mentioned like number nth room. Of course, those idiots who were in, like, the 260,000 people who were viewing it were idiots. But what they were claiming is that every single guy was being part of the nth room, which means that even my husband was seeing my, like, that nth room. You guys were seeing all those nth room, and you Koreans, even Mark was seeing the nth room. That was literally their argument. So that's why these type of things were coming up, saying, guys, you know, like, if you're saying all guys were in that, right, then you guys are all, you know, they're kind of making a reference here, saying that if you guys are saying all guys are doing this, then you guys are prostitutes. Of course, it's not a good reference, because they're not being smart. Guys weren't being smart, but we know that guys aren't smart. But they're not understanding that it's now a reference, and they're now using that. So everything that they're claiming, they're seeing it in a very negative direction, because it's just a comparison. Because the guys are saying, hey, if you guys are saying that all guys are being part of this, and every guy is a rapist, every guy is a, you know, every guy enjoys girls' picture that's randomly taken, every guys are paying for doing that, then it's literally saying you guys are also all prostitutes, right? That was the argument that the guys were making. But these extreme feminists don't view it like that. Then they posted like this, saying, oh my god, now guys are also calling, because they're mad that they're hiding the fact that they were seeing the nth room, and calling women's prostitutes. That's their claim. Reality, those innocent guys, how would you guys feel? You know, like Mark is saying, I swear I'm innocent. They keep telling it, but these extreme people would be like, ha, right? You think you're innocent, Mark, but are you? Like, are you sure you never been part of that? I bet you got into a lake and you looked at all those girls taking pictures. You're a what do I say? Like a rapist. That was the claim that they were making. You end up being a rapist. You end up being a molester. So, so it's kind of, you know, like, unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I said. If it's natural, it's okay. Relaxed hands. That's why people also always have to double check. And there were actually famous, like there were actual designers who would come up and explain about that, saying, actually, when you rest your hand on the side, then it's natural. However, if you're doing like a surprise action and doing it, then this isn't natural, you know? So, like, for example, this kind of relates to the Renault car company. Oh, sorry, Mark. And then kind of giving you, because they are claiming every Korean guys are perverts. Every Korean guys, even their dad, is a molester. That's literally what they're claiming. So, okay. Phew. Like, they would have, this is how scary extreme feminists are. They would have pictures of knife in their hand with their dad's back saying, like, Korean guys should die. Like, any guys should die. Of course, that's probably extreme with the, like, the extreme, like, masculine guys. Or actually, there are two groups. So there are two groups in, there's also this group in Korea who makes fun of this President No. I don't know in depth why they don't like this group, this president. Maybe because he's also, it's kind of related to politics, but he was a democratic politic, and so you can kind of maybe kind of make connections. So what these group of people did to make fun of these this president was basically, I don't know, it was, I think they would like draw like red things or like pop his eyes and like keep using the no at every end of sentence. So it was kind of like to a point where the public realized, these guys are idiots. They are messed up people that no one wants to talk about. So if anyone used the word no when they're not supposed to use it in a certain situation, for example, if I'm from Busan and I say 니 밥 먹, 니 뭐 했노? Then it's okay. But all of a sudden, like, you'd be like 잘생겼노. Then it's like, oh, then we would be aware of that person and kind of step away. So that's kind of how we viewed these people. And so extreme feminists in Korea are being kind of viewed like that because no one actually really in any type of like world don't like extremes. Anything too extreme is a little too much. So it's unfortunate that she's writing about this, saying that he's wrong, because I don't know what he's wrong about, because I honestly think Feby was pretty in the middle about explaining that Korean, like, you know, like, that's kind of like a hate symbol that extreme feminists use it, and she's saying, like, you know, it's 70% wrong, but still, you guys still use it, right? Like, there were evidence in games. Your peer extreme feminist use it, and she cannot use the argument, well, she's not an extreme feminist. It's like, well, like, do you guys have certificates describing it that you guys are extreme feminists, right? So, kind of a big reason why Korean birth rate is pretty low. There's the gender hatred among each other, I think, is pretty extreme. And that I would also maybe blame it on social media, like any type of issue. So I know she kind of talked about the nth room. There was a very similar nth, like, it wasn't like, maybe I think it was as bad as the nth room, but there was a similar case that happened a couple of months ago where so ever since Megolia died, there is a new Korean female site. It's called 여성시대, like female era, I think is like the English translation. And so in that, there were girls uploading pictures of guys that they slept with using the app. And now these guys weren't Korean. They were mostly foreigners in the US military. So they would rate him for his body, his face, his techniques, because they, like, you know, I think some of them slept with him. So that actually became kind of on the news saying, oh my god, like, this is happening. And they got furious. They're like, how can you compare? We are being more practical and making good comparisons. And saying that it's not a bad thing. Yeah, and then there was one for Seoul National University, so uploading pictures of sexy girls. So I feel bad that this is out there. I think a lot of people would be it's kind of sad that people think this is somewhat of educational system, but yeah. So it's kind of scary how social media is, I think. Even X is a type of social media, and for her to, you know, write this long post about guys without fact checking, or even if it's a fact. So here's the thing about how scary you can do, like, you can persuade someone, is literally you can bring up an article. Maybe that article says something like, you know, like a Korean girl whose stream is the most prettiest women in the world. I mean, I don't know, something like that. Or the most smartest women in the world. Or the women who can get married so well, you know. And I can use that article and write a post that can persuade someone easily, especially foreigners, because one, foreigners can't read it, but if they have any articles to back them up, and like people normally using social media, they're kind of stuck in that world, you know. They need to see more people and go out more and talk to more people, but you know, they don't fact check with anything that's being posted on social media. They're like, they read this, it looks long enough, it looks kind of legit, that I trust it, which is always a bad thing to use. So I think honestly that needs to stop, because to be honest, I used to be like that. For example, if anything's on the news, then you're like, oh, news people, anyone writing the news should be smart. Any reporters are smart. They probably fact checked it and that's why they're using it. But is that true? And you guys probably know, like, better than me. You guys know that certain news sites are, you know, like, heavily weighed on one side of politics than the other side of politics. So anything related to politic news, what happens? It's the same situation, but they can write it in two different ways. Right? That's what we're seeing. You know, like, we had that long talk about New York. There were articles that's definitely heavily cited on one side than the other side. So what happens? When you're trying to educate someone, it's really hard. Like, what news can I trust? If I even talk to someone, I can heavily rely on one side than the other side. So, even, for example, like, since Mia knows I'm like a huge like K-pop stuff, right? He came up the other day and Mia was like, Jinri, I heard about the BTS fans. I'm like, what happened? And he's like, I heard that the foreign fans, like the foreign BTS fans, like actually take pictures and upload it on Instagram saying that they're supporting BTS. And I was like, yeah, well, you know what? That's shocking, because that's actually for anti-BTS fans trying to, you know, like, end BTS's reputation, like, because that's a very good way to end BTS's reputation, and I don't think the true fans are gonna do that, right? So it's kind of scary how media can persuade someone, and that's actually been like a long time issue that we've realized. But so it's scary. I honestly think that people who are commenting, like, I was actually reading a couple of the comments down here, it's shocking that they think that this is like information, like, you know, like that this is a like 100% true information. I honestly also think that she did put in, like, you know, there's definitely things that needs to be changed, but it's kind of unfortunate. Social media in Korea, there's a lot. I mean, Korea is a very well developed country that, like, Korea had Reddit type of deal for a very long time, so yeah. So it's great that you guys brought this. 근데 이거는 진짜 놀랍다. So I think the end of the story is don't be on like social media that has lots of comments. I think comments are very dangerous place to be. Like they are, I think, the most scariest unsafe area. And they always fight. They always hate each other. But I think that's everything that people are saying. So it's kind of sad. It's really sad, the fighting between. But to be honest, in reality, these type of people are not outside as much. 뭔가 yeah, like they're always in their home. And I think it got worse, at least in Korea, because actually this kind of ties in with a news I read today, where it talked about how Korean 그 뭐지? Like the rate of unemployment in Korea nowadays is like almost, well, I have to like fact check this, but it was like only 1/4 of Koreans are working these days. So the other 75% are willing to not work. They don't find a reason why they want to work, because moms and dads have stable jobs. So if they don't get married, then they are fine just staying home and not working, is what they are claiming. So one side of me is really good because I have not been in the working field a lot, but I still have a chance to, you know, get back to work. But I think that's really sad. This is kind of relating to marriage talk, but they don't find a reason why they need to get married, because they have their parents. They don't have a reason to find a house, right? They don't have a reason to get stuff. So these people have no life Well, they have a life now. So where are they putting all that energy, all that effort, all that engagement? On social media, on X, on these platforms, on Reddits, on these community platforms. So if they see a news, if someone is well off than them, then what do? They feel jealous, but they don't have the motivation, so they can get fulfillment through writing bad comments on their things. So they end up, that's their main life, that's their main potential, right? That's what they are enjoying most of their life for. So, or yeah, I guess they're busy watching Oya streamers. Whether it's guys or girls, that's what they're feeling the pleasure in, which is really unfortunate. So, it's kind of sad to see. Like, for example, like, I don't relate you guys to these people because you guys actually go to work, right? You guys are working and then you guys come home and your way of relaxing is watching Twitch. If that's your case, I'm okay. But if you're staying home all day long and you're watching Twitch for 24/7, then I worry. Because that's kind of like what I'm doing with my life too. So. Yeah. So I understand how it's easy to do that. So don't do that. Go enjoy your life. I don't think it's the fact that, like, I think it's more like they don't know what they want to do in life is the biggest issue with right now with Korean community, is that it's either, it's kind of like how I talk about marriage to you guys. Oh, sorry, my throat really hurts, but it's kind of like when a girl says, if guys don't have A, B, C, D, E, F, G specs, then I'm not gonna get married. Like, I don't see a reason why I need to get married if these guys don't have these specs. That is their claim. So that's the same thing with companies, is that I don't see a potential of working. If I don't, like, I want to have 9 to 5. I want to work from 9 to 5. Don't want to work on Friday. You know, like, I don't want to do this. Then what are you left with? So, like I said, finding a job is like finding a girlfriend, finding a wife material, finding a husband material. Sometimes you have to lower your standards. And I know it. I also know it. I don't lower my standards. But when you get to a point in life, you end up having to lower your standards. But I think that's a very hard thing to do. So, for example, I get a lot of, can you translate these? And I used to not do them. Because first of all, my Korean is not that good. I don't know why these people asked me to do some translation jobs, but I ended up taking some of them because, you know, like, it's not bad money. I get paid. It's like decent. It's not bad. It's like a quick thing to do, but unless they get a certain type of thing, unless they get like a good job, then I think they're more like that. I don't want to do, you know, like, I want a good job or I'm not gonna do it. So I think that's why they're leaning towards, well, you know, like, my mom and my dad works. They're fine. You know, they're getting a certain money. And I have a house. I don't need to get married. I don't see a potential why I need to get married. So I'll just live like this forever. And I want to see mom and dad work. So actually the other day there was like a community article saying that this husband and wife, they're in their 50s and they were getting ready to retire and go on a trip for themselves. So they made a saving for their trip. They sent their kids all to college and everything, but their kid, they only have one child, right? That child is not working, and they're saying, I just want to live with mom and dad for the rest of the life and not do anything. That's literally what he said. So she's kind of like, you know, disappointed, saying, what should I do with my life, right? So, but I think that's kind of being like a normal trend in Korea, where it's really hard for people to find a job because of like how they're being treated at the job. one of the reasons why I said to myself I'd rather be a full-time streamer than working at a Korean company, especially because I knew that for me to get into a big company late at that age was hard. So I chose this, but I knew that any mid-sized company has a very bad or is highly likely of having like a bad environment, a very bad system. Whereas, I told you guys some of them, like if the eldest, like if your manager does not leave the company, then you cannot leave the company. Like they have those type of like it's not a rule. It's not like you have to trust it 100%. But it's kind of like a natural habit that you're supposed to have. And you're not supposed to say no, or you're supposed to be like agreeing with everything. You're supposed to work like a robot. And I read this article where it was like an American professor describing about Korea, and this is what they say: the Korea that we now know was raised or was succeeding because of their fast culture and their this current system that they have, their system of, like, we gotta work as one, everyone must agree as one. We are like one human being working. So they're working like robots and everything. But now that's what's causing Korea to drop. So it's kind of like a short-term effect that Korea grew this big, but also is what's causing Korea to also go down in terms of marriage rate and everything. So realistically, I think for that to happen, the standard between men and women needs to drop way lower. Like, it's kind of scary how high the standards are. Like, I hear things and I'm like, do you have that like aspect? Like, for example, if Leia is saying, I want to meet Sana, I think I deserve Sana, then I'm gonna judge you. But you know what's shocking? I have so many female friends who think like that, saying, I need ABCD specs. Like, then I will be nice to them. That is what I've been hearing a lot. Like, if these guys don't have this spec, I don't see a reason why I need to get married. Is a lot of things, a lot of the feedback that I'm seeing. So it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. I think it's really sad that a lot of people are like this. I mean, I know you guys are saying this is a job too, and I also want to treat this like a job. So thank you guys for letting me treat this like a job. But still, once you let it go, it's really hard to come back. And I understand the pain for a lot of Korean young folks. Actually, it's more of my age or a little bit younger who's having a hard time coming back to working environment, and I totally understand. So but you gotta do what you gotta at least do something, right? You gotta try your best. So 그치. I think the expectation, that's why I like to say it's okay to be picky, right? I think you should be picky in a relationship, because if you're gonna live with that person for the rest of your life, you gotta at least enjoy your life, right? That's what our parents were missing. At least the Asian parents were missing, is that they were a lot of the Asian parents were missing like the love in the life. So that's why Korean ajumas get satisfied with dramas. Dramas satisfy their needs of really nice guy being super nice to them. They're rich, they can talk back to their in-laws. Like, That's why the morning dramas are catered towards their ajumas, because they know that ajumas love watching these type of stories. So I understand that to be, you know, like happy in the future, you can be picky, but it can't be like what Mark is saying, the materialistic things. Like, he needs to be. So for me to hear about the height being like he needs to be really tall is like the biggest of all things. Like, height, it's it's kind of and let me just tell you, it's not just like, you know, Sora isn't the only one. It's a common factor among a lot of people. So don't like, we can't judge Sora for that. It's like a it's like a common thing. But then you have to be good looking too. Ooh, like when I hear height, then I'm like, how did height become like a thing? You know, I actually had a legitimate conversation to my father-in-law, being like, why do you think women really wants tall guys? Did drama really affect them? Do you think it was drama that caused this? Or like, 왜? 어떻게 height? Well, isn't it weird? Like, 왜? Of all things, right? Of all different things, height? 근데 뭐, like, I can see. I think from what I heard, it's like, it gives them comfort, I think. Yeah, and they have good body figures. Normally, tall guys usually have good body figures or so. Hopefully. I don't know. So, yeah, I think but I shouldn't be complaining. I just wanted a guy who likes to play games, who was good at games, right? Well, I shouldn't be complaining. If someone hears about mine, be like, guys playing games? Be like, yeah. Well, actually, I was watching this YouTuber, this Korean YouTuber who talks about games, and he's also one of my favorite YouTubers that I like to watch. So recently, I've been enjoying watching kind of like casual talking YouTubers, and one of the things that he was saying was, yeah, actually, if you want a really nice guy, like if you only look for personalities in a guy, there was like light. But he said, if you're looking for a girl or a guy who's really nice and has really good personality, play game. 너무 웃겼어. A girl who wants to make Gundam? 와, 그거 너무 멋있지 않아? yeah. I really need someone to convince me why tall is, you know, like. But I think 진짜, like, if you guys are looking for guys, well, I guess it doesn't affect you guys, but if there is any, you know, like, girls playing games, or if there's any guys who play game, you can know his personality. Just make him play League of Legends for like 10 rounds and you can see his personality, or make him be in a very angry situation and you can see his personality. You'd be like, okay, that's a good no. Like, that's how I figured out different guys. So usually if they are really good at games in a tight situation, I mean, there's two different cases. Yeah, for example, I have a lot of guy friends who play games. 진짜, if you look at my Kakao Talk, there's like multiple. I have like 20, 30, 40 guys. And all different personality, all different traits and everything. But the real guys that I introduced were the guys who were really nice and sweet. So, for instance, I have a guy friend who plays League of Legends. He's really good. Now, you guys would be like, Jinri, that's your, you know, that's my trait. it's somewhat true, but even if he is good, he is such a bad mouther. Wow. Oh my, and then he smashes 뭐 keyboard 막 이래. So to be honest, I don't. Then I'm like, he's just a good friend. 그냥 바로 friend zone. Of course, he didn't even make a move on me, so it doesn't matter. But 그냥 if he does that, 그러면 you know, he's just a good friend zone. But what I liked about Mia was I played games with him multiple times. Like I played League of Legends, Overwatch, right? And those type of ranked games have a certain type of are really good to find the personality of a certain person, because you get to a situation where there are guys who are trolling the other side of the team, or my team just sucks at games and they're so bad and you just get annoyed. But what I liked about Mia was he just kind of laughed it off and he didn't even say anything. He's just kind of like, bad round, and moves on. So I think that's kind of like why I was like, and actually I joke around saying he needs to be a good gamer, but that's not actually true. He needs to be maybe not only good gamer, but he needs to have a good personality. So that's why I say gaming is a very good way of identifying someone's personality. So and to be honest, the gaming community usually are very sincere. So if you guys were in my gaming community and if you guys had a fight with maybe like your girlfriend, then normally like most of the gaming people would be like, hey, you need to apologize to your wife, and you know, instead of playing games, like you have to go there. So honestly, I don't see why it's a problem for a lot of girls to meet a guy who plays games. Of course, if he plays like during the weekend, but like maybe 1 or 2 hours I would understand. But even girls won't understand 1 or 2 hours of it, so it's kind of unfortunate. So. Yeah. I mean, I think, to be honest, it's okay to be gaming, to be good, or to be best at it, because it also shows your ambition. Like, he's really is trying to achieve a certain goal. So I value that highly, but if he fails, it's how his reaction goes. So honestly, to determine someone's personality, I think game is the best way. 진짜, you guys think it's a joke? 근데 it's so true. So you guys should better start playing League of Legends. And like I always say, these guys, like I know every guy's pattern. All gaming guys' pattern. All they do is they wake up, they go to work, they come back, they play game. 그치? So if there are trash talkers, Leia, then he's a no guy. 그럼 얼마나 좋아? Then I can identify he's a douchebag right away. But if you meet a guy randomly on street who's trying to like seduce me, then you know 100% he's trying to be nice to me. But in reality, if he fights, then he's a douchebag. You have to go up to that far to figure out his personality when he's in a bad situation. But if he plays League of Legends, and then we'll know that bad situation right away and see how he acts. So no, I think League of Legends isn't a bad game. Like if you have like a good crew to play with and you play for like 1 or 2 hours, it's okay. But you know, I'm not saying every League of Legends guys are really good, but God, like the reason why I say gaming guys are good is not that every trade is acceptable, but it's easier to find a really good acceptable guy through games than when you meet normally, elite, or like in a club or at a bar, is what I think. I guess bar maybe is easy if he gets wasted, but if a guy is trying to hit on a girl, normally they won't try to get as wasted as they should be. So yeah. So it doesn't have to be League, but at least any competitive games, you have to see how he acts. And if he's very like angry all the time, then it's like so yeah. But I think it's always important to see a guy in a toxic situation because he might be very dangerous. Or like it's nice to see how he acts during that situation. Like, for example, in a game, he asks about like bad things or he says really bad things to you. There are other people who gets angry. Other people who are like something. But yeah. And it can be also a good hobby to you guys. Right? Like, that you guys can have. Come on. So, anyways, that's kind of like today's talk for you guys. Ah, mix. Mix. Okay, so like this throat thingy isn't doing a good job because it's like hurting me. So I'm gonna try to... I'm supposed to talk less, but... Oh, 왜 이렇게 아프지? Anyways, let's move on. So today... What are we doing today? I had an AI that I wanted to review. But the problem is, I forgot the app name. 그러니까 this is why this job is really bad. Because if my throats gets messed up, then yeah, this angered me. 그러니까 이게 is 이게 좀 안타까워. It's kind of sad, man. Guys, I started watching a new drama. You guys should watch it. It's called Good Partner. It's about divorce. It's a good drama if anyone's interested in watching it. 진짜 재밌어. Anyways, today I have this week. Oh no, we're watching it together. 근데 it's... yeah, he acts like an 아줌마 while watching it. 오늘 뭐 하지? Today I don't... Should we just clean the house? Like, cause I have to fold laundry. 근데 I should eat. 근데 왜 이렇게 오늘 목이 너무 바쁘지? But I think maybe I should really not talk for today. Cause... if I talk a lot today, then I don't think it can last tomorrow or this week. But I'm gonna try. Because I only streamed 2 hours and I missed this weekend. I missed talking to you guys too. But what do I have to talk to you guys? 뭐가 있지? What should we talk about? I have a fun. I know I told you guys I'm not gonna talk a lot, but we have to talk about this. I promised you guys I'm going to talk less and work more. 근데 that's inevitable. My life is filled with talking. Maybe I should do like working stream separately and talking stream. I should just play charades. Okay, my next story that I brought to you guys. This actually happened last week, Friday, but as you guys know me, it was Thursday. I read this news, I thought it was funny. So this is from a news saying, I'm Seoul National University parent. And they started making stickers for Seoul National Uni. So they got these. I'm mom, Seoul National University. I'm dad. They got these stickers and it became an issue. So from Seoul, some type of organization, they said this is a really bad thing. So as a Korean American, this brings up a kind of like a, why is this an issue? Because for those who've been to college, this is kind of like a common thing. Even I have one from UW-Madison. We have this dad, you know, with badgers. I wanted to give this to my dad. Right? Here. It has dad. I also gave one to my in-law too. It's something like, something about like I gave so much money, something. It's kind of like a funny one. So I don't know why this is an issue, but in Korea, this became like a huge issue. So they say I'm SNU mom or dad, which means they're the mom or the dad. And they started giving these stickers. It's not even like t-shirts, but they gave these stickers. And now an organization in Seoul say this is actually like a bad thing. So they are saying that they're maybe focusing too much on the education. Oh yeah, something like that. So yeah. So the the side that's against it is saying, hey, then other students who didn't go to Seoul National University would pity themselves, or the mom is being too bragging versus what's a big deal, right? Now, I think, in a sense, foreigners will be very confused. How is this bragging, right? Or why is it so bad to brag? Because actually getting into Seoul National University is really hard. To a Korean, I think. Even I have a cousin who got into like a really good school for medical school, is reapplying so that he can get into Seoul National University medical school. He thinks that, I don't know, he's kind of like a problematic one. We'll have to do like a different story on him. Like, that cousin is like the cousin who got influenced by social media the most, that everyone in the family is worried but also don't want to see him because he like, if he were my younger brother, I would have slapped him already. Wake up from reality, like. But since he is my cousin and like my auntie does so many nice things to me, normally I'd be kind of like whatever, but because I had a talk with like the sister of that cousin, she is she is 7 years younger. I know that 2000, yes, she's 7 years younger than me, and we had a good conversation about that. And she said she and her little brother is like the era where social media became so popular that studying wasn't a big thing. So my cousin, he is really smart. He's like one of the smartest kid. Like, he studied English and his pronunciation's good. Everything's good, but he values that visual and height is the only thing that matters. So he has actually got really influenced by social media. You guys are out there being like, who would get so influenced by social media? Because I was thinking like that. You know, you see social media posts of really good looking guys and you're like, oh, 그냥 잘생겼구나. That's normal people's reaction, right? You see, you know, like some random guy, he goes to Seoul National University, or he goes to Harvard, he's good looking. You'd be like, oh, good looking Harvard guy. You know, skip it. For him, he's like, wow, he's good looking. He has BMW, or he has Porsche. His dad is something. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. He's actually like those type of kids. So his life is very heavily influenced by social media. Where he actually told his so my uncle saying, hey, I want to be really good looking. Why did you raise me to be this looking? To be honest, if he loses weight and he tries, then it works. So he kind of likes my husband because my husband's tall. He's like good, like he's like decent looking. He plays golf well, so he's kind of like, to his eyes, like the 6 hexagon that he's seeing. But like, so he's very polite in front of my husband. Like he's very like, 형님, you know, like. But to my eyes, I'm like, I just want to slap him. Which is really unfortunate. It's really, really sad. So anyway, so that's what they're saying that, you know, if you brag, other parents, other families are gonna feel very disappointed, very upsetting, versus it's what I worked for. It's how much I tried hard. Like, I should deserve, like, you know, you deserve to be recognized. And so I think a lot of the foreign countries would have a hard time understanding this, but this is kind of going along with like the Confucianism. You should be like modest. You shouldn't brag about it. But so to be honest, even like Jinri, the American side, I am more here because I also have t-shirts saying like I bought my family, you know, like Wisconsin mom, Wisconsin dad. Even my mom's plate is like Wisconsin mom or something. I bought her that. But then like the Korean me also understands this side, because people envy other people a lot. And so if you aren't modest, then they kind of judge you. It's a really sad trait. But for instance, you know how you guys we have on my channel, Jinri, you're being too harsh on myself. I think this kind of relates to that, where when I was talking to a girl who visited from California, like she's like, you know, like I worked this, and I did this, and I'm like this, I'm like doing this. I was like, wow, she did a lot, so I actually did praise her. But when someone asks about me, I can't talk like that. That's why I had the hardest time during interviews. So in a lot of American companies, you have to sell yourself. You have to be like, hi, my name is Jinri. I studied industrial engineering and hard performance. I graduated with a like data science, data analytics background, and I'm really fit for your company. And then you have to start bragging about yourself, right? Well, I worked at a so-and-so company for 2 years, and like, for example, if I was to brag about my streaming life, I'd be like, I worked in the streaming business. I worked as a content creator for 5 years, and I have achieved 10,000 followers on my social, blah blah blah, and I was able to do a talk, so I want to interview at your company. Like, you gotta be like that, right? That's America. That's what I was taught in America. But deep down, I have that Koreanness coming out. And for me to brag about, like, it's so hard. I think it's really hard. Because if I say that, I feel like I'm bragging too much about myself. Right? So that's why, to me, on social media, like, even if you guys donate, I'm always thankful, but it's really hard for me to put it on Instagram and say, thank you guys so much. 뭔가 it doesn't come out. It's really hard. I'm sorry, chat. So I feel bad for my chat about that, but so I try. I always have to try, right? So to be honest, like social media job isn't fit for me because I'm not good at bragging. Like I just want to upload funny stuff and everything, but I get scolded being like, Jinri, you know, you gotta be like, you gotta upload stuff that people are wanting to. You gotta be like pretty and like stuff, right? Like it's kind of hard, right? So for this article, it kind of tells you how Korea is, and I think maybe a couple of foreign countries, especially Asian countries, are very similar, where the typical like a trait that Koreans, Asians have is that they're very modest. They have a very hard time bragging about themselves. So I wish that a lot of companies, especially American companies, identify that as a trait. Especially the HRs, they know that if you're not good at like selling yourself, then they don't fit the company. But there are definitely those Asians who's not good at selling themselves because they find that as a, you know, it's kind of like bragging. So I don't remember, like I've been at the company fair ever since second year of college, and I've been in college for 4 or 5 years. I can remember the first time I was there and the last 2 years, or the last year that I went to the company fair, and I was actually able to get a very, you know, I went to like a big company as an internship my last year, versus my first year I didn't even get any callbacks. Like I didn't even know that you could get an interview spot at the company fair because I was so bad at selling myself. You know, you meet up and they'd be like, and I'd just be like, yeah, so what does your company do? That's all I asked at the company fair. So, but I end up realizing that you have to brag about yourself. So one of the bad outcome from that, and that's something that I noticed among with a lot of young college students, is that because they're bragging about themselves during company fairs, when you meet them in person or when you meet them at internships, they are so full of themselves. Like, to be honest, what they have achieved is more like normal, but they talk it in a way that they're like, so I've done this, and this is this, and this is that. So I'm like, you know, I'm like so good. And you're like sitting there be like, yeah, is it just maybe I'm like a boomer and I'm saying to myself, that asshole. Because I don't know about you guys, but 뭔가 maybe this is like Asian genre coming out, but I was like, wow, 진짜, how can he brag like that? Or, oh, he's kind of crazy. I don't like his attitude. That was actually literally what I said. But here's the thing, like I don't know, like why would I tell them that? I don't want to be the one, you know, but so it was pretty interesting seeing different types of people, and I feel like those who are very full of themselves all do definitely get a really good spot at the company retreat or the company fair. But here's the thing that I want a lot of human resources to know, is that, you know, like sometimes you should hire modest people. I think that's the biggest difference between American companies and Korean companies. I don't know. Actually, company hiring is like the hardest thing, because they want to look for someone that's willing to work, has the motivation to work, but at the same time is willing to stay at this company for a long time, like is ready to be devoted to this company, right? Because they don't want to waste their resources in training this person, especially a high school or college graduate, training them, getting them ready to, you know, like get this company started and working and getting it better, and then having to have him leave saying, okay, I learned everything, bye. So in a sense, it's really hard for companies to hire someone like that, and it's really hard for students. So kind of going back to the unemployment rate, I can maybe make connections of why they don't want to go through that. I think it's also another thing is that people don't want to get hurt these days. Like, they are afraid to fail is the biggest issue. Well, that's everyone, right? Even as we grow older, the older you get, right? The older you get, the more you don't want to fail. So 그치. Corporate jobs are, but I think at the same time, corporate jobs are the easiest than like starting your own business. So. I changed the light bulb. Single-handedly managed the successful upgrade and deployment of my new environmental illumination system with zero cost overruns and zero safety accidents. What? 아! 그러니까 야야야. And actually, Shanes, that's what I felt from one of a girl that I met from Cali. She was so well describing herself that I got persuaded. But I sat back and I looked back and I was hearing what she was saying. I was like, 와, 진짜. 그럴까? Single-handedly managed the successful upgrade and deployment of new environmental illumination system with zero overcome and zero safety accidents. 야, 대박이다. Did you write that, Jade? You're good. Wow, you're really good. Wait, you actually persuaded me. Wow, you did what? I went viral? 그럴까? So. Well, isn't it kind of sad for you to say that will get you a job in a company? Even not just America, but also Korea. So. Like, maybe companies should let people play games and see their personality. I agree. Right? Employers and job seekers were using too much ChatGPT. 그러니까. So one of the things that I felt was, so I'm uploading my, like my Instagram feed, and normally I write my own script. Cause it I feel like, I don't know, okay, you guys can call me old, like, 완전 boomer. I think I'm just really boomer minded. And this is how boomers cannot adapt to technology, but sometimes I miss that humanity vibe because you can somewhat identify whether or not the system has like a somewhat of a AI embedded way of talking. So I write my own script and make it feel like my own words than having an AI. But I guess I have to use it more wisely, right? So maybe I should make ChatGPT write the script and I can try to convert it to my own words. But one of the biggest problem with that is that I'm wasting I don't know if I should even say this is a wasting, but I'm spending a bit more time on writing the script of, like, than what influencers, like, are telling me. Because, I can write a script using ChatGPT within like 10 seconds. And maybe that's what I should be doing, right? But, yeah. So I think we're at a world where we're starting to adapt to a new technology. So that's why we're in this awkward situation where how much can we use it is like a safe limit, like is a safe thing. It's kind of like what happened back in 2000 when the internet itself started becoming a thing. And that, like, we're nowadays we're getting, like, back maybe like 2012, that era we we already got used to using the internet, and now it's kind of like more of a good thing. So someone my age is someone that's been at the internet age and before internet age, which is kind of fun to see the difference. But nowadays we're moving it on to the AI world. So yeah, it's like 2000 was more like the internet, maybe back then for a lot of my old chats, but to me, who's 30, but 2000 for me was more like the internet era. And then 2008 was like the screen phone era, so no more flip phones. So I actually was very out of date by 2008. And then I feel like maybe 2024 was when I started getting into the AI, ChatGPT. Actually, it was maybe 2004. Because I remember December, one of my chat told me there's ChatGPT, you should test it, right? I should have tested it right away, and I should have started creating videos about it that time. That I would have, but it's okay. But we're adapting, right? Yeah, 2008-9. Because I think 2007 was when Muscle he did like, and this is more smartphone, you know. So I think right now is the time of when people are trying to figure out how to use ChatGPT wisely. So like what Natu is saying, definitely people are using it too much. So we're trying to it's like the transition phase. So I think maybe 5-6 years from now, you guys will be laughing at this video being like, oh my god, Jinri, we're so now like getting over AI, we're moving on to something else, right? But right now AI is like the key word. Everyone is putting AI, even if it's not AI, it's like AI embedded search device. It's like, okay, how did you use AI? Like, what is AI here? You're like, yeah, I added some chat program. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and then I'm gonna like see, because my nose is very stuffed up. I'm gonna try to blow it out and get it out there. If not, I'll figure out something else. 잠깐만. So apparently, guys, listen to me. So apparently, when you play golf, you have to have your hair up, and then like when you swing, your hair goes fa-cha, and when it goes fa-cha, you know, you have that like ribbon, like the side thing that also goes fa-cha, so it's gonna look so fa-cha like. That's why I bought it, guys, because I want my hair to go fa-cha. I don't know. The sound effect. Fa-cha, like. Mister, thank you for the money. It's all your gracious. Thanks for all the money you donate. Thank you for the money. I hope you donate some more. Please donate more. Thank you for money that you give to me. So I say thank you for the money. It's all for my stream. 더 프로페셔널 그렇죠. 오늘 내가 아예 페퍼야. If when you are a couple, so guys, next time you guys find a guy, the most sorry, not a guy. When you find a girl, sorry, a girl. Oh my god, sorry, a girl. When you find a girl next time. When you find a girl next time. I mean, of course you guys can date guys. Oh! What the fudge? What happened? 아,
뭐야? Non-alcoholic drink recommended. Banana milk. I mean, banana can have alcohol, no? Or milk kiss. Kiss is pretty alcoholic, I think. You know, when you kiss, oh, soy milk. Oh, dude, some milks we have alcohol. Myro, do you know what myro fiber is? Just kidding. The answer is over. Thank you for the 5,000 won. Ding dong ding. I'm so smart. Ask me any questions. Wang! Obi. Thank you.
Okay. Christmas over. Guys, enjoy Merry Christmas! Cause you guys don't get to see this on Christmas. GG guys. I'm tired. Okay. 자. It's like what you're saying about hexagon profile. Maybe they're just starfish and max out on their axis but are zero on stuff that isn't measured. You have to do a bit more to figure out how much of a circle they fill out. Huh? So for this logo issue, SNU owns their trademark. Why wasn't it shut down just because of infringement reason? Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's also SNU complaining about this. I think it's like the organization saying that this is bad for companies or students. I don't know, man. It's so weird. Life is weird. Okay, so today... What did I say about hexagon? 잠깐. After I peed, everything disappeared with my pee. My thoughts disappeared with my pee. 뭐랬지? 미안해. My brain just shut down. What did I say about hexagon that made you talk about hexagon? This is goldfish memory. 미안해. Sorry. Let's see what we should do today, guys. Today는, to be honest, I just want to clean my house. I wasn't like this, but I've been having kind of like a cleaning age, like era. Like what you say about cousin being influenced by influencer on just height, and I forget what the other things were, but I really yeah. 그치. 근데 actually that cousin should have lived in US. I mean, 근데 like I think another reason why I am more modest than maybe I should be, like as a Korean American, right? It's like a lot of Korean Americans might be like, Jinri, you why are you so modest, right? I mean, even my friend, I think it's just natural. I think it's like how you were grown up. Ever since when I was young, my grandma hated me. My grandma is the I think if she had money, she would have ruled a company. Like she should have been a company CEO.
because she is the most evil like person out there that can stomp your personality and your guts and everything. As much as I love my grandma, but she had to be raised like that because her family also was very harsh on her. So she never got to experience the love, and I think that's the main reason why she's kind of evil. So she's always the talk of like she's always in any talk with my cousins or my aunties. But so growing up, the worst thing I think I've heard from my grandma was the fact that I like to dance. She hated that. She's like, for you to become successful, you gotta study. So she even hated the fact that I was a harp major, saying that you should quit on doing that. That's just a hobby, and you should study and become a doctor. So she has a thing for doctors. She kind of judged me. And then now the fact that like my husband isn't a doctor, she's like, I disapprove of you and your marriage. So she's kind of like the stereotypical Asian mom, right? So maybe that's how I got like this type of personality where, first of all, I'm very harsh on myself. She's very conservative. It's so fun talking. Don't ever talk to her about politics. It gets very scary. But I don't think she's bad. She just doesn't know how to show affection and love and care. But she actually also compared all our cousins too. So my mom's side has 5 siblings. So 6 total, right? She has 2, 3, 4, 5 daughters, 1 son. And everyone except 1, so there's 5, right? Got a son and a daughter. So I'm the first daughter in the whole family. So we have now my brother was well off. My brother was very studious pharmacist. You know, like always study. Don't ever, cause bad issue. So then I'm second. So I get the actually I'm third. I'm third in like the whole family line, right? I'm third in line. My second, he's the son of one of my auntie. He was also not that good. He was good at singing. He liked drawing. So my grandma hated him. She hated him. Abhorred, despised him. So even to this day, I don't think he recently saw the last time he met up with her was at my wedding. That was also like a couple of years after. So I felt bad for him. And then next was me. And also I was a troublemaker because I didn't study. I hated studying. And I played harp. I did dancing. So to my grandma, I was a failure. So she called me and that cousin Tantara. Tantara is actually like a slang and a bad word for like people who do arts. So instead of appreciating arts, they were known for like anyone who's a singer, anyone dancers. Korea has a reputation of saying those type of jobs are for stupid people. And so even to this day, I think a lot of Koreans have that mindset. So that's why a lot of people kind of look down on streaming jobs, which, to be honest, I think it makes sense because, you see so many girls dancing on stream, right? So not that many people would view this job as kind of like, oh, that's such a very nice job. Because first of all, it's not stable. Like, very unstable job. And then second of all, a lot of these live streamings are like games or e-girls, right? Guys streamers mostly do game stream. Pro streamers mostly do dancing streams.
And then you have those outliers like me who just always talks on stream and always complains about you guys like not working hard enough. Or you have those like, you know, like like those traveling streamers. Now there's also another criteria of traveling, right? But then I think the views that people are having in terms of dancing is for those who are, you know, like and then there's also the traveling streamers who are very like YOLO. So to a normal company working person, those two jobs are like the least, you know, like I don't want to date any of you guys, so there's that. And so those people are kind of like the new tantaras, right? What? How did I get here? Oh, what was I talking about that I got here with my grandma? And then the rest of my cousins after that are very well off, you know, went to like Seoul National University or like Yonsei or where's the other one? Yeah, Seoul or Ihwa. You know, they're all like good studious students. So like to my grandma, I don't think the first time she praised me was I played a song for her. I played Danny Boy for her, and she actually said the first time, "I'm so proud of you for playing the harp." So that's a big reason why when someone asks what do I do, I feel very timid to answer, and that I cannot break, because a couple of days ago I called my grandma and she's like, "What are you doing these days?" I didn't want to explain this. Like I wasn't gonna be like and the number one thing that she also really, so I just told her, I'm just doing like the typical YouTube stuff, grandma, don't worry, I'm well off, you know. She added, "Are you making a lot of money? Are you getting a lot of course I can't answer that. It's like, oh yeah, grandma, I'm making bucks. I'm making thousands and millions of dollars. But I think that's also kind of like the main reason why I became conservative. And then for me, if I had to value what's important in my life, family would be one. Comes after is reputation, cause you know, like I don't want to ruin my family's reputation. Even like when my auntie tells me, "Are you still dancing?" It's like, well, like dancing isn't my main content, but she subbed to my Jinri TV one, which has lots of random funny clips. So, you know, like then you're just kind of like, so she kind of envies, saying, well, she's well off, and I just feel like that abnormal child in the family. So I think that's a big reason why I have this type of personality of being very harsh on myself, and no matter what I do, I don't feel like it's very successful, and that like I need to still keep working hard, and that I haven't worked hard enough. Like even to this day, I was thinking the other day, I'm like, man, you know, I'm so lazy, I'm not working hard enough. No wonder, you know, I gotta keep it up, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And it's like, oh my god, I'm so exhausted. It's like this, you gotta do this, and then you gotta be, you gotta like reach out, do more stuff. So you get to a point where you're just kind of exhausted, right? So I think I have more days where I'm feeling very down than days that I'm like, I'm so ready to work. I guess that's most of you guys too, right? Anyways, that's today's. I guess it's kind of burning out, but at the same time, it's like, am I doing what I wanted to? Like, I think the biggest thing is I'm comparing myself with others and saying, you know, like, is this really worth doing it? Like, you know, so I'm thinking in a smaller picture than a bigger picture. So I'm the reason. Yeah, they should not have that. So I don't think I'm burnout, because I do want to do it, but I think I also think more of like the realistic factors of like, is this really what I should be uploading? what I just said? What did I just say? 아, 나 진짜 어떡하지? Guys, I have like short-term memory loss or something. What did I say? 미치겠다. Me comparing? Ah, my reputation. Ah, reputation. Ah, 그치. But I think this is not related to reputations. Reputation? 그치. 맞아. 근데 reputation for a lot of Koreans I think is very important. That's why like there's two sides of me. One side is I love money. I don't know about you guys, but I love money. I think I know like, you know, like realistically people say money isn't everything, guys. There's also happiness. I say shut up, man. You can do so much with money. I can't buy new Cookie Run characters. Guys, my Cookie Run character is shitty because I have no money to spend it, right? But, you know, like... So, there's, like, one side of me where it's, like, money. And then the other side of me is, like... you know, like, reputation. So, in this streaming business, we all know what drives success in this field, right? Especially if you're a girl and you have body, you have a nice face, you kind of know what drives to the income in short term, right? Then hits the reputation of, now if I do that, then people are going to view me as, so there's two Jinris fighting against each other. But, yeah. So that's why it's better to tell people that now I'm a YouTuber. Because I think I have like good amount of videos out there on my YouTube to say I'm more of a YouTuber than a streamer. So, yeah. Sorry, chat. That's why I feel bad, but I'm sometimes embarrassed with you guys. You guys embarrass me, guys. Sorry. I don't tell them about you guys. Yeah, that's actually true. Asking about, like, telling them I'm a YouTuber is so much easier than saying I am a full-time streamer. It's like, what do you stream? Talking? So social issues? Talking about social issues? That's what I do. Like, why? I don't know, cause it's fun. But I don't upload it too. I should upload this as a podcast, to be honest. Maybe I should just cut my first half of stream and upload it as a podcast and, you know, like, use my stream wisely. That's what I should be doing with my content. But I can't, I'm not... Right? Which is kind of embarrassing. But you can say you watch me, though. I think I'm okay, guys, right? So, I don't know. So. Twitch is kind of embarrassing. Especially if you say you watch a girl, then you're like, oh my god, you're into those, like, weird people? Are you a loser? You know? Excuse me. I remember when I was you know, saying I'm quitting work, which was the best moment of my life. So I had a it was kind of like a part-time, what is it, not an internship, co-op. I had a part-time co-op while being in grad school, and I remember going to work and they're like, I'm quitting. They were like, oh, congratulations, good job. Well, I actually liked my co-op after my internship because I like the team. I really love the team. Like, if I didn't have a reason why, if I didn't have to come to Korea, I would have just stayed at that company, worked as a co-op, and streamed. But they all asked me, so what are you gonna do? And I'm like, Twitch. I'm gonna be a streamer. And these guys were like, oh, are you gonna play games? I'm like, no. And I had to
it was kind of embarrassing me for me to explain about like what I do on stream, but I think I need a better introduction. So I've decided to kind of change up my personality, that I'm still gonna have my modesty, but I'm also going to be very proud of myself for working this hard on stream. And I think it's like a good resume on my stream, right? I didn't do the stereotypical concept, and I've leaned towards other stuff. So even like, you know how Sora's like, you should do an intro of yourself. I'm like, oh my, you know, at her birthday she does that, right? She's like, can you explain about yourself? I'm like, shit. That's the hardest thing to do. Hi, my name is January. 안녕하세요. 저는 지리고요. What do you do? 저는 최근 사회적 이슈랑 I talk about recent societal issue and AI products along with K-pop. I'm a YouTuber. I'll just say that. So I don't know, it's hard. It's really hard. And marriage, yeah, and I give marriage advice if anyone's interested in getting married. That'll be my intro. Can we change our intro 그 뭐지? Intro thing? But I like to say we're a variety streamer. Actually, what we have is really good too. We like to learn and explore interesting topics, including developing, programming apps, learning. Maybe nowadays we should take out developing and programming apps, and we should say including like AI investigation, stock learning, data. We don't do data analysis anymore. $1K YouTube videos? That's not that much though. See, this is me being like harsh on myself. Also love doing entertainment such as K-pop dancing, golfing, and traveling outside. Harp is rare, so if you catch it, you better go buy a lottery that day. Oh, that's a... Should we run a chat GPT with that intro and see what they say? What I though? But I know I definitely gained more confidence, or like I tamed myself more talking to you guys, and I feel like I got better at presentation through this. So that's actually one of the things that I was gonna use. For example, so what I like to do is in the end I would like to go back to a company, because what I actually enjoy working at a company. So the best case scenario is running my own company and hiring people, and that's where I was gonna use Twitch to hire some of you guys. You know, like that was kind of like my initial dream goal of running this. But if I were to go back to a company, you know, I'd be having to prepare for my interviews, and I was like, okay, what should I say about Twitch? Like, I always have to think about what I want to talk about Twitch. And they'll probably ask me, what skills have you developed through being a streamer? Like, and I'd be like, through streaming, one of the most important thing that I've developed is making good facial expression. Like, what the fudge is that? Is because I always have to watch myself. I have a screen on the side, and it really helps me on my pronunciation, my talking skills, my delivery skills, and how I should be talking to persuade my chat into giving me some donation or supporting me. So that's one thing that was very important skills that I feel like no one, especially people getting out of college, will be getting. So right? Wasn't that very persuading? I don't know. Like, I try to practice on a lot of interview questions that I might be getting. So it kind of got me thinking of that too. But in the end, staying here and hiring my own people would be the best thing. So why? Yesterday I saw a question, how can I convince my wife to let me stay at home husband? Do you really want to be a home husband? Like, how many of you guys would want to be a home husband? Let me tell you how it feels to be a home wife. So I don't know about other home wife, but with my personality, one of the biggest issue is you kind of get depressed, as in you feel very helpless, you're very unmotivated, you don't want to even do the home thing, you can always push it off to the next day or literally right before when your husband's coming. And yeah, I think feeling very helpless. Oh, you get no social interactions. So for me, it's really hard being a housewife. But you also have to do house cleaning though, if you're a home husbando, right? So no, I think it's also because of my personality. I gain energy from meeting people, but oh, it's not an easy job. It's kind of like disgusting being a home wife. Cause I'm here, I have to edit, and then by the time Mia comes home, then today, how about I show you? I will do maybe Friday. Let's do life as a housewife. I'll start stream literally when I wake up. It'll just be CCTV. It's devastating. 근데 I think also, like, you know how I value my reputation the most? Why housekeeping isn't done socially with friends? Like, I want to invite friends and make them do house chores. Ah, really? I'm definitely a person who works better at office than home. If I work from home, I never get my work done. Actually, that was a problem. I did an internship somewhere, and then they wanted me for I did a co-op. They really liked me, so they hired me for a part-time job at a programming company. So I would go to the office once a week, and most of the time I was remote work and I did not do anything. I have my laptop on, my company laptop, and I had my 2 PCs, and I'd be shaking the mouse here and then just playing League of Legends. Oh shit. And then they'd be calling. Oh yeah. So today I get like a little bit done. So I actually got to talk with my boss and be like, your working habits and something is bad. So then I was like, oh, sorry. So then I had to quit. But here's the thing. Like, you have to go to multiple houses to do house cleaning though. Like, go house A, house B, house C. Oh. I think that's the hardest thing, is that you have to go from house to house. Ah, really? Okay, today we will not do devastating housewife content. Instead, so Sora's coming. I think I'm gonna invite Sora on Wednesday and make her do a housewife. Let's do housewife content for you guys to see. Go ahead, 되겠다. What a daily housewife feels like. Make her come at 7 in the morning, so I have to cook for my husband. 근데 진짜, I think I'll show you. Hey, I don't cook for Mia every morning, but I'm always like, do you want breakfast or not? And if he wants breakfast, I ask what he wants. Sometimes he wants egg, then I cook him egg while he's in shower. 이래야 된다고. That's what you guys have to do. Don't judge. Don't think that the typical housewife on social media is the right social media. Okay, don't get married. The social media housewife is like, and then make TikTok videos. I do this, and you know what I do after? I eat lunch, and then I I come to my PC and I edit till 4, either 3 or 4, and then I film dance, K-pop dance, any TikTok dance, something. And then Mia comes home around like 5:30 to 6. Then around 5:30, I have to cook. So when he comes home, then we eat, and then I do dishes. And then I come back to edit because I didn't finish. I never get to finish, guys, because it's like 3 hours of editing. I'm like, oh, right. And then I'm on my phone editing next to Mia, and then I work on the script for like other stuff. It's like 10. It's like, okay, I need to rest. And then we play Cookie Run for 1 hour, hour and a half, and then we go sleep. I wake up, I exercise. I think Mia is also very maternal. He's too manly. Yeah, he does dishes, but 그러니까 I'm very thankful I have you guys, cause I socialize with you guys for more, sometimes more practical. It's nice talking to you guys. So, cause Mia was thinking I should hang out with some ajumas, like the mom community. I was like, oh shit, that's so hard. Like they're gonna see what they're gonna ask what I do, and I'll be like, I'm a streamer, TikToker. I don't know. Some people are saying, Jinri, you're doing a good job. But to me, it's like, oh, man. Really? So. Well, thanks for being positive. Okay. You know what? Tomorrow, I have the AI program that checks AI, like, texts. So I think I'll review that tomorrow. And I'm thinking of K-pop reaction. Can I just react everything that comes out this week in one day and upload it on YouTube? I think that's what I should do. We'll do kind of like a K-pop react Wednesday or something and react everything instead of the day of. Because I do want to kind of move away from the reaction YouTube videos, although it gets me less views. Because I do like reaction videos, but it's so hard. Right? So we'll kind of have like a reaction Wednesday or something where we react to videos. Maybe we'll have Sora reacting to YouTube videos too. Invite her. Oh. I think that's what I'll do. I'll have like a day for K-pop. And yeah, I'm not gonna have a day for something. That actually is very stressful. If you have like a day dedicated for a certain thing, it's like... And I haven't worked on my like travel content with you guys lately. I made it on my own because I realized, oh god, that's also like so much effort. Oh, so one part of me is like, am I putting in too much effort that I shouldn't be? I feel so stupid working. I feel very efficient. What is the opposite word for efficient? I feel very inefficient for doing this for my content. So I don't know. 몰라. 모르겠어. So I see why like there are teams working together, because it's nice to discuss. Then all by myself. Oh. That's why I get stressed out. But anyways, today I think we'll cut it short, as always. Boss has been doing very short streams lately. Sorry guys. I'll try to do. I was thinking of doing long stream today and doing like house chores, but I think I'll get Sora doing some house chores. We'll do like house chore K-pop stream playlist. We'll play some K-pops, make her clean my house. I don't think she even like, you know, she's probably busy cleaning her house and I'll be like, nope, we're gonna clean.
teams, yeah, like having like a crew that works on my stream. So, and mix reaction, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't think I'll wait for 6. Either I'm gonna wait till tomorrow or just do it tonight. It depends on how well my makeup stays on. If it doesn't stay on well, then I think I'll just like move it to tomorrow. But today I think I'll just film some. I'll make some script, do some filming. What's really hard to do YouTube and like Twitch at the same time is Twitch has a different audience than YouTube. So all the content that I'm doing for YouTube is so boring. Wow, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even watch me. Especially like travel stuff. Wow, so boring. I'm trying to do that off stream, and just talking to you guys is fun for me. Sorry, chat. Sorry for being. Is it? And am I too realistic? How about tomorrow? I'll invite Zora. I'll make her do like not tomorrow, Wednesday. I'll make her do like I'll make her do like maybe we'll do a podcast tomorrow or Wednesday with Zora on marriage. Did you enjoy my GTA stream? I've been putting up my old GTA videos or my old gaming videos. So let me know if you guys can find other game videos. I can't find them, but if you do, let me know because I'm going to use that as a thing. Oh my god. A lot of you guys want me to upload my podcast, but where do I upload my podcast? What's a good platform to upload podcast? 근데 I shouldn't create more work. 안돼. No more work. Okay. Jinri, just shut up. This is the hardest thing about me, is that I need to say, no, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna still do what you're doing right now. And then you're gonna, I have to keep saying that to myself. So, okay, chat today. Do we end stream? What do you guys think? You guys ready to take a break from stream? Sorry, today was kind of boring stream. But tomorrow I'll do work. Sorry. I'm so lazy. You know, in the morning, I'm so ready to work with you guys and talk about fun stuff with you guys, and then like by 8:55, I'm like, I hate my life. I hate streaming. I hate turning on stream. I hate being excited to talk about like my life and everything in it. I hate talking about recent stuff. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it though. I hope there was fun talks, and tomorrow we'll do more stream. I promise you guys at least like 6-7 hours of stream tomorrow, because I haven't shown my EU interns. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you again for the subs, and see you guys tomorrow. We'll have a fun day. Today I'll get my voice readied up for tomorrow.